Okay, well, good afternoon, everyone. It's Jeremy Medeiros and JP Ruja out on Nonsuch Island on an increasingly overcast Sunday afternoon, 24th of May 2020. And we're going to be doing what may well be the last health check for our CahowCam 1 nest, which hopefully will also be getting a name from JP's daughter Sophie today as well. But this bird has been out exercising for at least 2, 3, perhaps 4 nights already. JP has been working for the last couple of hours while I've been out in one of the other nesting islands, and he has been successful in getting the infrared lights working again in the CahowCam 1 nest, so that you can enjoy your last day or two with the chick, because he's very close to going. My suspicion is he'll probably depart in the next 2 nights, perhaps 3, depends on wind. If there's lots of wind, he's more likely to go a little early. So we'll take a look at him now. Very anxious to see. We looked at him 2 days ago, and his wing cord length had just exploded. It was just, remarkable how much it had grown and how much down his loss. He's almost totally down free on top now, except for his head, and his belly is still very downy. And they often fledge out to sea with a considerable amount of down on their belly, but normally their upper surfaces have to be aerodynamically efficient. So he'll have to lose, I think, most if not all of that remaining down on his neck and his head before he's comfortable about going out to sea. But you never know, they're very individualistic. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to take, oh wow, he virtually looks like an adult now. He's a beautiful streamlined seabird now, with still quite a bit of down on his ruff, down on his neck. He's got like a ruff of it there, almost like a little line swing, but he's lost most of the down on the sides. It's mostly on the back and the very top of the head, and that's a beautiful chick. Large bill. The upper part is completely down free. He's just got 1 or 2 little tiny tufts of down still here hanging on the rump, the upper rump. And his belly, even his belly is getting considerably down free. Yeah, I'd say about 2 to 3 more nights. That's my guesstimate, my best guesstimate. So very likely this will be the last check. So it's quite talkative too. He's full of himself. He's been banded. You can see his lovely legs. You can see the band on his legs, E0716. That'll have for the rest of his life. Those beautiful big dark brown eyes that he has. Eyes have a unusually large amount of the pigment rhodopsin on the inner lining, which helps greatly in night vision. It's what nocturnal mammals often contain quite a bit of on their eye lining. So that's a very good indication that he is, in fact, his night vision is extremely good. And this is reflected in their feeding technique, which is mainly at night and at dusk. It's what's called a crepuscular and nocturnal feeder. They wait for stuff to come to the surface to feed on, rather than feeding during the day like shearwaters tend to do. He's still quite heavy, actually. It's 61, so that's 341 grams minus the weight of the bag. Yeah, they normally go to sea somewhere between about 265 and 300. So 321. And now, very interested to see what his wing chord is. It was 2 days ago, 261 millimeters. Cahows can generally, chicks can fly out to sea once their wing chord reaches 265 to 275. Well, right now it is 266 millimeters. So it's grown, another 5 millimeters since the last check. 266. So aerodynamically, he's capable of flight right now. And the only thing, like I said, is still a bit heavy, and he still has a lot of down on his head and the back of his neck. So I think it's going to exercise, going to strengthen his flight muscles and such for at least another night or two, hopefully, and then he will do that. Now, just take a quick look. Of course, band number, everything looks good. I'm not going to bother with checking his bill length because it's not really going to grow much from the last time. We're pretty well sure this bird has all the characteristics that confirm that it's most likely a male, and so that's what I'm going with. Let's say that's about a 95% certainty that it is a male, but we'll only know for sure once he returns in about 3 to 4 years to actually look for his own nest and a mate. Okay, so I think right now the most important thing to do is I'm going to Skype JP's daughter, Sophie, and she's evidently picked a name. JP reassures me, so I'm going to see if she has a name that we can give it. And so let's see. Okay. Yes, hello. Yes, Sophie, it's Jeremy. It's the Cahow guy. I'm out here with your dad, and he's telling me that you have picked a name for the CahowCam chick and everything. Is that right?
Hi, Jeremy. I've decided to name this year's Cahow chick Nemo.
That's a great name. Fantastic. Thanks very much. All right, Sophie. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay, we have a name. Let me just find this. Oh, we have a name for our CahowCam 1 chick. This is the official name for the 2020 CahowCam 1 R831 nest, and the name is Nemo. Nemo the Cahow chick, and that's a kind of appropriate name. It's a great name for a boy as well, but it could go for a female as well if it does turn out to be that, and I'm completely off the mark. But yeah, so Nemo is its name. So all I have to do now is get the name for the CahowCam 2 one. My own daughter Lizzie will be providing that information in the next few days, and so yeah, we do have our first officially named None Such chick, and we're going to try and involve you, the public, in naming some of the other None Such chicks. We've got quite a class of 2020. Bit of a different sort of school season this year, like many of us, I think. But yeah, I'm really happy. So let's take a perhaps final look at Nemo. It's just hard to believe, man, that I may not, the next time I hold this bird, hopefully it will be as an adult, maybe 3 or 4 years from now, that's returned, chosen his own nest here in None Such, and is looking for a mate. But hopefully he'll survive the next few years out at sea. He's a beautiful, strong, healthy chick. There's no reason why he shouldn't. None Such chicks have proven to have a very high survival rate. So, I'm very confident that Nemo is going to do that. So I guess my last chore would be to do a final plumage check, and for plumage it is going to be face, wings, tail, shoulders, rump. Well, it's got a couple of little tufts, but I guess I can count that as essentially down free. And of course the chest feathers, just got a few little tiny wisps left. The tummy, of course, still has a fair amount of down, although the central part is down free, and is continuing to lose down from his neck. Great, so that's Nemo, our 2021 CahowCam 1, 2020 CahowCam 1 chick, and yeah, it's just always a very satisfying part of the season. I've been monitoring the parents of this chick since they returned in late October, early November 2019, right through hoping for them to lay an egg, which they did, hoping for the egg to hatch, which it did in late February, early March, and now for the last 3 months, watching this chick turn from a tiny little puffball, smaller than the head of this bird now, to this beautiful, large, super streamlined seabird that can fly in excess of 50,000 miles a year. And that's been confirmed by GPS and geolocator tags that have been attached to them. Fly hundreds of miles a day, 300-400 miles a day, if the wind conditions are right. So an amazing winged traveler. That's what the genus name means. Pterodroma means winged runner, like a messenger of the gods almost. And a winged runner is a very, very good term for what for how gadfly petrels make their living.